Good morning, my name is Lauren. If you are new here, and if not, welcome back. What am I? What do I call myself? I am a rising third year medical student in my dedicated period for step 1 studying. I am vlogging the day. This is Thursday, and this is the first week of dedicated. So I want to definitely like chat about how things are going and all of that. But I am behind on my schedule because I did my hair for the first time in several days because I have not left my house. So right now, I am gonna start my first little study step of the day, which is Anki. Let me just pull it up. I start my day out with Ankiing the cards that are related to the UWorld questions that I did yesterday that I got wrong or like needed further explanation on. And there's not that many of those, so I'm gonna do those. And then with the leftover time that I have, because I do this for about an hour, I'm gonna Anki like whatever I want, and that is gonna be microbiology. But let's get to Ankiing. We don't have a lot of time to Anki right now because I'm a little behind with my schedule, setting up tripods and all. I finished doing the Anki that I was gonna do, so I'm gonna actually work out now. We're back at the gym. Like, this is my third time working out this week. Wow. I have my little workout plan here. Shout out A, because he made me like a whole workout schedule and plan and everything. That also means that I have to Google certain workouts because I don't know all the names, but today is leg/booty day, so that is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna start in my apartment, do the things that I can just do here, and then go to the gym and finish in the gym. So let's work out. So proud of myself. I hope you're proud of me. Like, I'm proud. I'm finishing up on the stair machine, and this is like the bane of my existence. This is like the machine of all machines. So it is a little bit later in the day. I definitely intended to film like everything I was doing, but today I was going over pathology, and I've been told by I've been told by like several people who have already like studied and taken step that you have to watch the first 3 chapters of Pathoma, which is just like a resource. Like, you have to watch it. They're so high yield, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, okay, today's my day to study pathology. I will watch the Pathoma videos. Now, the first 3 chapters are like 8 hours, like total, altogether. And I watch things on 2 times speed, so that does cut it down to 4, but I'm not a lecture gal anymore. I'm just not. So I got through the first chapter and like probably most of the third. I had already started the third actually before I started dedicated. So I'm not gonna finish that as of right now because I'm like behind in my day as far as when I'm supposed to eat and when I'm supposed to start my questions. So I'm gonna just eat right now really quickly and then start my UWorld questions. I'm gonna put like an example of my daily schedule on the screen that like closely resembles today. So yeah, I'm just a bit behind, not gonna lie. But I wanna talk about like how dedicated has been going so far. So I think I lied to you earlier in the video and said it was Thursday today. Sorry, it's actually Friday today. I started dedicated. I started studying on Monday, like made my schedule the weekend before. And then on Monday, I started with immunology. So basically what I was told was to start studying the topics that I am like the weakest on first. And I had immunology and microbiology together in block 3 of my first year of medical school, and that was the hardest block for me. That was like my worst grade. I passed the block, but it was just like, I really felt like I skated by that block, and that wasn't my intention during the block. I don't know, I really just never learned microbiology or immunology. So I spent my first 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, going over immunology and just like how the immune system works and all of that stuff. And I feel like it's such foundational concepts that I just never fully understood. It always confused me. Like even going back to college, like the B cell, T cell thing, like are natural killer cells and like cytotoxic T cells the same thing? Like just like things like that. I just never understood it. So I spent 2 days going through it. I spend 4 hours reviewing the material, and then I do my 40 UWorld questions, and then I review those questions. I feel so much better about that. And it's funny because I was on the phone with my boyfriend and I was telling him like, you know, I'm only on like day 2 of dedicated, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I like how I can make my schedule however I want it to each day. I don't have to jump up and run out. I can like stay home in comfy clothes. I can spend time with like Vaako, even though of course I'm studying, but like I can just be in my space. And when there's topics, especially foundational topics that this is gonna be a really chatty part of this video, by the way, guys, because I can see it's 34 minutes long. When there's foundational topics that keep coming back up in medical school that you never understood, you just feel like insecure about those topics because you just don't have the knowledge to like answer any questions on them. So microbiology and immunology were those things for me. And like anytime a grand same would come up, or like, oh, this person has this infection, like these are the symptoms, what is it? Or just anything, I just never knew the answer. So I was just like telling him that it's nice that I can decide what I want to study and what I want to learn and what I need to learn in order to work towards passing my first board exam. I studied immunology the first 2 days. I studied microbiology the second 2 days, so Wednesday and yesterday, which was Thursday. And that was honestly pretty rough because you have to know, like, I'll say about 100 microbes, and like 50% of that is bacteria, 30% is viruses, and then 10% is like fungi and 10% is protozoa. So I split it over 2 days, but like to learn, for example, 50 different types of bacteria in 1 day is just like, the last 2 days my brain has been like literally leaking out of my ears. So today is pathology. I wanted to actually vlog yesterday just because micro I think is a lot more interesting than pathology, but today just kind of ended up being a better day to vlog. Oh, you know what? Can I tell you guys about my dream? Last night, okay, the night before last night, can you guys tell that I haven't seen humans in like days? Guess I really haven't. I literally have not left my apartment since Saturday. Wow. So it's been about a week. Fun fact, I have very vivid dreams to the point where they're so real and lifelike. It's almost like, am I getting rest? Because I'm like walking around in my dreams, like doing all these things, and I wake up and I feel like I just did a bunch of things overnight and I didn't actually do them. So like very, very vivid. I was sleeping well last night, and then I had this dream where I was trying to help my friend, Joseph, who you've seen before, get health insurance because he needed to go see a cardiologist, and his insurance just wasn't great and didn't allow him to see specialists. So I was trying to figure out a way to get him on my insurance, and I'm on my parents' insurance. So then I'm like in the dream, this is all in the dream. I go to my mom, I go into her bedroom, and I'm like, hey, how can I get Joseph on my health insurance? And then my mom is like, oh yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, oh, look on the wall, there is a giant bug. So I promise this is relevant. So another fun fact, I have the superpower that nobody wants of, like, bugs are so attracted to me. I don't know why, but they just like my pheromones, my scent. I'm not sure, but any bug, regardless of what kind of bug it is, honestly, I'm scared to even talk about it right now because I feel like I'm gonna conjure one up, will come over and attack me specifically. Doesn't matter if the room is small or large, like, they will come to me. So in this dream, I go into my mom's room. She's like pointing to this bug on the wall. The bug is the length of my head, and it's like a giant flying grasshopper. And bugs are also like my biggest fear. Then, of course, I walk into the room, the bug starts flying around the room and comes over to me. So I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I can't see the bug anymore. I can't find him. So I'm like, oh my God, he's on me somewhere. I go into the bathroom, again, still in a dream. I look in the mirror and I see something like here, like sticking out from behind my head. Oh my God, my skin is crawling. And I was like, oh my God, it's on the back of my head. I go back into the room. I'm like, Mom, this bug is on me. Like, please get it off. She's like, I don't see it. I'm like, please, it's right there. Please grab it and get it off. So she gets it off. We throw it on the ground. I like spray Lysol on it, like it's dying, whatever. So then in the dream, I'm like, okay, woosah, the bug is gone. And then a little fly goes by in the dream. And I was like, oh my God. And I went like this. And then I started to wake up because I was covering my ear in real life. And then I just got really freaked out in the dream by like the bug situation. And then in real life, I like jumped up and sat up. Like, it was like that type of moment where like you have this crazy nightmare and then you're like, so I said all that to say, I woke up very abruptly, and I think that was around 6 a.m. I'm not sure, but then I tried to fall back asleep, and like, I think I did for like 10 minutes, and then my alarm went off. So didn't sleep the best, and because of that, I'm very tired today. And like watching the Pathology lectures just like wasn't giving, honestly. I hope I don't play myself by not watching all of them, because I have played myself in the past, like not watching Sketchy and Micro. If you're in medical school and you're in microbiology, watch the Sketchy videos. Like, it's not even a joke. It's not even an option. You have to watch them. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. Sorry, I'm gonna go eat now, and then I will start UWorld questions, and I'll talk more about that when I get there. I kind of just wanted to like film the day and just show you all what it's like as a student, as me and my experience in my first week of dedicated. This is my lunch. I actually treated myself and got takeout, and I love this place. These tacos are so good. I kind of overheated this little sauce. It looks a little weird now, but this is gonna be so delicious. And I'm just gonna watch some Girlfriends. Okay, it is post-lunch, and I'm gonna start my UWorld questions. I just actually, I'm gonna show you how I create a test. The next couple clips somehow ended up recording in slow motion without sound, so I can fix the speed, but I could not fix the sound. So I'm just gonna do a little voiceover, which I've never done. So hi. At this stage, I was still doing my practice questions on untimed mode, just because I wanted to focus on the material and not necessarily quick thinking. So I was working on pathology this day, and then I click all systems, but I only do the pathology specific ones. And then I threw in poisoning and environmental exposure in there, just because I didn't want to do all the subjects since I hadn't studied all of the subjects yet. And I ended up doing 30 questions of this, and then I also did an extra 10 questions that were micro specific. Here's me just talking about how the question sets went. So pathology actually went pretty well, and then microbiology did not go so well. So I'm then explaining how for the UWorld questions that I get wrong, I make them into Anki cards using like the pre-made Anki deck. And you can actually type in the UWorld question number into the search bar in Anki. And if you have Anking on your Anki already, then it will bring up the cards that are related to that specific UWorld question, which is a really great time saver. And for the last slow motion clip, thank God, this is me talking about how I've been fueling my late night studying energy this evening by listening to a very, very old middle school level Kesha playlist with all of her songs that like never got released because I used to be a big fan. And then I went on to discuss how it was the king's first birthday, and I could not believe that I am the mother of a 1-year-old. Where does the time go? And because it was his birthday, I gave him a very, very special salmon loin treat, which he had never had before. And you can see the little clip of him eating it, and he absolutely loved it. And I also mentioned how I'm well aware that male cats cannot have a lot of fish because it can cause some urinary issues, but I just wanted to give Vaako a very, very special treat on his first birthday. I went to watch back the clip of Vaako eating, which who knows if you'll see it now, because I'm obsessed with him. And I just realized the last like 3 clips I recorded are in slow motion. I don't even know like what I clicked. I don't even know how to do that. So I'm hoping this is fixed. I think it is. But hopefully there's not like a chunk of this vlog missing and that you see the last 3 clips, including the cutest clip ever of my little baby. Yeah. I feel like this vlog is like, I literally didn't go anywhere and somehow I feel like it's a little hectic. I don't know. So I just finished going over all the questions. It's very late. This is not typical of how late I usually have to study, but today, as I was saying earlier, I was a bit foggy, a bit tired. And I just took like, I guess like quite a few breaks. I don't really know what was happening earlier today. It is actually 11:07. But again, this is a little bit of an atypical day, which is what I was trying to avoid. I chose today because I thought it would be a typical day. So I ended up adding like 40-ish cards to my Anki deck that I will do tomorrow. I will also, like aside from Anki, take the rest of the day off tomorrow. So I'm studying 6 days on, 7 days off. 5 days are how they were today, where I do Anki and then review and then do my questions and then go over my questions. And then 1 day, which will be every Sunday, aside from this Sunday, because it's the Super Bowl and I'm in Philly and I'm an Eagles fan and I'm very excited for the Super Bowl. I'm actually gonna go over to my parents to watch it. But yes, aside from this Sunday, every Sunday I will be taking a practice exam just to see where I'm at. So yeah, I have just been sitting here like listening to this Kesha. Somehow I've listened to 51 songs out of 69 on this playlist that I made, I don't know, in middle school. And I'm like jamming out. I shouldn't even say that, it sounds so bad. I'm having a great time. I know so many of the words still, it's kind of crazy. I'm having a great time. It's really re-energized me, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And low-key made my day. So I think I actually like might wash some dishes because I just have the energy to now. So yeah, the only other thing that I wanted to say, this is gonna sound a little sappy, I don't know. This is such a chatty vlog. This was not meant to be a chatty vlog. Yeah, I talked a little bit earlier about how I'm like kind of enjoying, it's exhausting and mentally draining, but enjoying Dedicated so far. And not to be like the nerdy, sappy, whatever that this is gonna sound like, but I just feel like it's kind of reignited my excitement to like learn. Ew, sorry. That just, I don't know, that just sounds like very, but it kind of has, like, when I get something wrong, I'm not like, I mean, maybe this is only week 1, I don't know, but I don't feel like super frustrated with myself or like, oh, well, whatever, I'm not gonna learn that. I really am like investigating the answer choices and like the question stem and everything, and like I'm really trying to absorb as much as I can up here, and it just feels very I don't know, everything right now just feels very purposeful. Like studying for an exam that's a school exam sometimes can just feel kind of like, not pointless, but kind of like pointless adjacent, just because I'm sure on all school exams, there's just like things on there that you just feel like, why do I have to know this? But I feel like in this context, I understand why I have to know what chromosome, well, not really the chromosome, I think that's kind of, but what gene is affected for this type of cancer, or like what receptor is on this lymphocyte. Like, I don't know, it just all feels a lot more purposeful, and I'm studying for a board exam to become a doctor, and I'm 50% a doctor, and I'm doing this so I can eventually become 100% a doctor. And so yeah, so hopefully that's me ending on a light note. I don't know how this vlog was. I don't know if it was like kind of boring, because I don't know, I just studied and then talked and then studied and then talked, featuring like probably cringy gym footage. I told myself I would study outside of my apartment twice a week. Now that didn't happen. I already told you I haven't left this apartment since last Saturday. But in my next vlog, which I'll do another like update day in the life vlog next week probably, I will try to actually study somewhere else, just so it's like a little bit more interesting. I do really like going to this cafe near me, so maybe I'll just go study there. I think that is everything that I had to say in the vlog. Hopefully you still enjoyed this. Hopefully this was like, I don't know, just kind of insightful of how dedicated it is so far. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about dedicated, or oh my god, my camera's gonna die, or anything about school or anything like that, then please leave them down below. And subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Like this video if you enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next one.